Okay, Carl, it looks like we are back.
You might be back, but I'm Carl.
Hello, Carl. I'm back.
Hello, Dylan. Technical difficulties happens to the best of us.
And what it was a complete game crash.
A fatal error.
Fatal error. Nevertheless, here we are. We are officially back up and racing. I see some of the settings have not pulled through, and the settings I was looking for are those. But that track is not correct. And this is some of the things that you go through, especially when you've got some live TV happening.
Yeah, no, live streams are definitely prone to such failures. If we could have always just done a recording and voiced over it later, but then you don't get the realism, do you?
No, man, that's boring. That's how SARCO started. We did it that way, but the live streams are definitely way more interesting.
Marius Bortma up to 8th. He was down in 10th before we left. Basson up to 6th. So have we seen some stops or issues?
Okay, so this is the thing, is that I'm seeing that Chris Heineke, he has stopped. We've got Nakanen, he has stopped. I don't know anywhere else, and this is because when we reset and restarted the session, whatever was up on the screen has unfortunately been taken away. I can tell you that Isham and Andreas Herodia are still having an almighty battle. And it looks like Mohat Musa has given Christopher Radoff a little bit of breathing space there. So
you talk about Serodia and Domingo. Basson's not far off it.
He's 2.5 seconds behind them, so you're actually quite right. He does have a few little back markers to navigate through as he comes through turn number 7. And this is going to be... Oh, his last lap was his fastest... No. Sorry, remember, it's resetting the information that's currently up on screen.
Were you reminding yourself or us?
For the viewers that are sure.
Okay, cool. And Jason Farmer, though, was still with Loureiro, and they're still chasing down Bortma.
And Darden. No. Yeah. Well, 4.5 seconds now is the gap between Darden and Morris. And
then a further 16.8 seconds behind is Loureiro. So they are quite a distance off them at the moment. 32 minutes left to go. Urth Iago, we've seen him in a couple of battles. He's side by side now with that's Musa. So Yusuf, we saw him run wide and run into the side of the teammate Arjun van Sale. Not happening this time though with Diago and Musa as they head down into turn 1. Musa holding onto that position. So Diago unable to get that move done. Just behind him though, race leader, Ryan Ottens. Haven't spoken about him much, but if you wanted to be spoken about more, you could slow down and have a battle with Christopher and Musa. But he's being selfish and driving out in the front, so his fault.
Look, and at 6.4 seconds, it only seems like now he started to open that gap, because he was just about 2.5 seconds just before that. Our game had a fatal error. Definitely going to go and figure out what happens there, because to be honest, that's the first fatal error I've ever had on the game.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard of it happening often either, so a little bit weird to see that. Etienne Mouton,
he is chasing down Jabulani. You can see that gap now closing down with them going through turns 3, 4. Then you can actually get quite close, quite high up on that curb, and it just helps rotate that car a little bit. Use that exit on the outside, touch the curb, now get that power down, and looks like
he's got that run done and dusted.
Yeah, he's going to have the run down on the McLaren, down the main straight. We can actually just jump on board, and this is what it's going to look like. Ooh, there's a fancy view. Look at that. But now the McLaren
has got proper legs on it.
When they're both in the same air, the McLaren is definitely holding its own.
We saw in that shot as well the marbles that are left on the side of the circuit, so the track is definitely rubbered in. Around the outside goes Etienne, and he's going to make it with no track limits. That was properly on the limit through there, and good job to Etienne. He made it stick. Jabulani obviously a bit earlier on the brakes than him, but still to hang it that deep and that far on the outside, good on him.
There's Farmer back on Lorero. They battling for 9th and 10th place respectively. I did see Michael Struvic going to the pits, did I? I've got him as a pit count. Fortunately for Michael Struvic, that pit count was a drive-through because it was 30.6 seconds in pit lane and 0 time stopped.
So obviously a track limit violation there, giving him a drive-through penalty. So you get, I think it's 3 warnings if I'm not mistaken, and then from there it's a drive-through.
Yeah, on that 4th one, thanks for coming, but please drive through your pits and make sure you put your pit limit on, because if you don't,
you get a second drive-through.
Yes, you generally goes to a stop and go.
Stop and go.
Well, it goes up in increments, so you can get 10 seconds, then it's a stop, then it's a drive-through, or it's the stop and go 30, which is not the one that you want. That is definitely not ideal.
I think any time spent off the circuit in a race like this with everybody running so close together, any time spent off the circuit is an absolute disaster. We did see when we were starting up the screen though, it was Benz that unfortunately lost it and put it in the fence. So it looks like we've lost Benz down in 25th there, as well as Smith. Don't seem to, unless I'm incorrect, I don't know if they are still circulating.
So there's Emily. It looks like Stephen is circulating. We have lost one driver. We did have 27 cars when we started. Only 6 currently circulating. And Ulrich in 15th place has got the race leader behind him. Or is that Christopher Radloff? Let's confirm. It is Christopher Radloff.
So Ulrich having the same disaster in that last corner that he seems to be having quite often around this lap. So the final turn of Paul Ricard proving to be a little bit difficult for Ulrich as we watch his second place. Christopher, Moose is not far off him, so you know it looks a little bit further than what the eye can be deceiving. So he doesn't want to make this too difficult. But Ulrich being wise there and just allowing that move to happen. So Christopher Radloff gets past, and Murat Musa now in 3rd place. That gap is quite large, so Murat's not able to stick with Radloff, tongue-tied over that man's name, Christopher.
Foldover.
Yeah, Foldover is not able to. He's not able to stay with Foldover as much as easy as he did. So that BMW is starting to deteriorate as the race gets to its final stages. 27 minutes left to go. So they've done a lot of racing, but Murat Musa just not able to run the pace he did earlier on.
Oh, I just saw that this had come in. So this is Iman Khan, who has subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much for subscribing. I hope you're enjoying the racing. I know that we did lose a little break in transmission, as well as Thomas McSwagos, I hope I got that right, has followed us on Facebook. And Akaya Masilela has followed us as well. What is going on here? In Tumaling, Ramsey has followed us, as well as Tupetsi, as well as Matjava and Nyamanye has followed us. Bakonya has followed us. Ariel has followed us. Paige Lee Sizwe has followed us. Fantastic. And thank you very much, guys, for the follows. We really do enjoy it. You guys jumping on and coming to support the channel. Just makes it sounds like we're talking to somebody. And there, Keith Groenewald. Thank you very much.
We've got more followers in the Pied Piper at the moment. Oh, big move. Domingo looking for a way past Answer Rodeo. He's gone outside. He's going inside now. Late on the brakes. The two of them are so tight through one. So Rodeo gave him less than a car width there. And Domingo wise to get out of it. But he's still really close to the back of that Lamborghini as we head down into, I think it's turn 4 and 5. He's really late to the brakes. We've seen how good this BM is through the sector. Is it better than the Lambo though? Through the left into the tight right. Now it's all about getting on the power and getting the change of direction done correctly. Get through here. Make sure the car doesn't step out. Make sure you can get the run down the back straight. And if you're not careful, Domingo Basson is also going to have a go at you down into the right hand at the end of the back straight. So this is maybe why Domingo's got the rush on. He wants to get past the Rodeo and protect himself from that fast-moving Ferrari behind him. It's a double slipstream for Besson, but Domingo, is he going to be close enough into the right-hander?
So Besson is actually the white Ferrari behind. That LTR car is one of the back markers. I'm not too sure where he is. It is out of position, but looking really racy. I wonder whether that's not Ruan Heineke. Yes, it is. It's Ruan Heineke who's actually in 14th place. So he has the pace to run with these guys, which I find is absolutely fantastic.
17th. Oh, I wonder if has he done a stop?
Did I say 14?
Yeah. Ruan was he was quite high up. So he's either had an issue or he's made a stop because he was up near his brothers. He's dropped all the way down to 17th.
So on my, see, I don't. I do have a pit stop there for him. So 33 seconds in pit lane, 36 seconds stopped. So that looked like it was tires and possibly some damage.
So Ruan getting in between Besson and Domingo. So it's definitely going to create a bit of an issue there because we saw Besson chasing this battle down. So Besson has had the pace to catch him, but now he's got to clear a lap car that is on a similar pace. It does really create a bit of an interesting situation.
Well, currently where Ruan is not really impeding him at all, and I'm pretty sure that he will use the slipstream coming out of turn 6. They're going to get onto the back straight out of turn number 7 and possibly make use of that slipstream.
Is Domingo any closer to Serodio as they head down the back straight? He was very, very close in the previous lap. I don't think he's close enough now to have a go. Serodio got a little bit of breathing room there. It's all about that exit onto the straight. If you don't get that exit right, you're not going to get the run. And it looks like Domingo was way off it. He's actually even out of the slipstream.
So now closing up to 0.3, just missing those track limits on the outside. Where is... so Ruan has allowed Besson to go past. And Isham is really closing up on the back of Andre, making his life pretty difficult at this point.
Yeah, it almost looks like that gap opens and closes throughout the lap. It's not... They look very similar on pace. You can't really say that Domingo has, strikingly more pace than Serodio.
What is going to start coming into play? Yes, Michael Strivik in a 16th place, and just ahead of him is Ulrich de Jager, and he's going to have this three-way battle coming past him shortly, and I'm wondering whether that's going to change the current positions.
I think it's definitely going to create a bit of an upset because these two are in a battle of their own as well. So de Jager and Struvik. Struvik's been chasing de Jager down for the last, 8, 5, 6, 7 laps. He's caught on a big send down the inside.
He's gone to... I was about to say, it looks like he's gone in too hot. But now what they've done is Constantino, the 3 cars behind him.
That's not a great place to make a move because if you don't get the drive out of there, you are going to struggle down that back straight. So it looks like Struvik is also going to go down a spot. De Jager's gone down one already to Heineke. So Heineke going to be all over the back of Michael Struvik onto the back straight. I don't think these 3 are close enough to do anything. But Heineke is going to be all over the back of Struvik.
So we can see that Ferrari now starting to close up onto the back of that BMW. Or is that just the angle? But now into turn number 8. Going through here, braking, getting the car pitched in 230 kilometers through this fast sweeping right-hander. Then onto the brakes now, again in a corner that just seems like it never ends. Tires are heating up, and then it tightens just at the end here through turn number 9. Then back on the brakes again into turn 10, and you can just see how close these 3 have now become. And that is out of turn 10. Then
we thought that Struvik and that battle in front of and Ulrich, the battle in front of these 3, was going to result in the 3 of them tripping over each other, but it's just allowed Heineke in one lap to jump past de Jager and past Struvik just in that sector onto the back straight. So these 3 getting through the back markers as quick as they did actually allowed Heineke up. But the 3 of them kind of staying line astern. There seems to be a 2-car gap between the 2 of them. But the one that does look like he's got a turn of pace, the one that does look like he's faster than these two, is Basson. So Domingo and Serodio, I think, are very evenly matched. But it does look like Basson's just got a little bit of an edge over the two of them.
So when you say a little bit of an edge, I can tell you what that edge is exactly. It is 0.1, because it was 56.6 for Basson, 56.7 for Domingo, 56.8 for Serodio. That is 0.2 of a lap between the three of them.
And I called Domingo out on not quite being able to close the gap and get close to the back of that Lamborghini. And as I call that out, look how much closer he is now on this lap. So Basson, I thought, had the pace to get onto the back of these, onto this lap and onto the back straight. But it looks like Isham Domingo, if he needs to, can find a couple of 100 meters in the brakes, or 50 or 30 meters in each braking point, and get a run onto this back straight. He's not going to be close enough to stick it down the inside, is he?
He can't. He can't, really? Or is he going to have a little touch of the brakes? But that's going to just hurt him a little bit on the exit. But it looked like Serodio went a little bit hot into that braking zone, so he had to slow down, which has put Isham right behind him.
Yeah, Isham just threw the nose there into the braking point just to unsettle Serodio, and it worked. Because the following apex, he was right onto the back of that Lamborghini before we start the next lap. So if he can get through here clean, he's going to have a good run through one. He's just got to stay tight, and that back straight is all. He's got to stay within a car length.
It's about the drive coming out of turn number 13, because then there's possible opportunity for him to have a lunge into turn 1, because we know how good this BMW is in the straight line. But it looked like Andre was able to get a good drive out there. Let's just see what's happened with the time. So 55.7, 55.8, 55.7. Again, 0.1 separating the lap times of these three drivers.
It's insane to see how that BM can get in tight and halfway through the lap, and then towards the end, that Lamborghini finds its legs. We've got a back marker, though, joining the party, and it's in the sector that Domingo wants. Domingo wants this Lamborghini slowed down through the sector so he can be close enough. Oh, full send on the inside. I think that's Mohammed that's gotten out the way.
That's Yusuf.
So Yusuf, getting out the way there very, very quickly, and it hasn't given the BMW the drive he needed onto that back straight. They're sitting at 2-3 car lengths again. He's just not going to be close enough.
Yeah, I can see the Lamborghini just edging away, which means that he got that power down a little bit earlier than the BMW. So from here on in, it's all catch-up. That gap still hasn't changed, 0.5 of a second, all the way down this main straight. Now it's just gone to 0.4. Will it get to 0.3 just before the braking zone? Not close enough.
Serodio getting that entrance right and getting the exit, but that BM just looks so strong off that curb. It's the way this car rides the curbs. I think they can just allow it to get through the sector as well as it does, because we're going to start the new lap again, and that BMW is going to be all over the back of the Lambo. So it's just which car is better, or even which driver is better in each sector. So it might not even be a car issue. It might just be that Serodio sorted that sector out so well that he can just get enough breathing room to make it damn near impossible for that BMW to get past.
So just wanted to jump here quickly, because the man who's going to start feeling the pressure is Yusuf Musa. Ruan Heineke trying to go around the outside. Can that be done out of turn number 13? It looks like it can be, because he's just slotted around the outside and taken the place over the BMW.
I think Musa might have gone, I'm being lapped, and then suddenly realizes for position, because he got out the way and then contested the corners. So I don't know if maybe he just assumed wrongfully that Ruan was actually one of the leaders, and then realized a bit late, oops, that was actually for position.
Isham Domingo, whoa, yelled that time. I just saw the time in the corner of my eye. It just was reducing rapidly, and only 16 minutes left of this race, and a wet practice, a overcast and gloomy qualifying. It looked like it might rain in the beginning of this race, but the sun definitely out, and those that had the lower tire pressures, I'm sure, are going to be battling. And looking at my records here, I've only got 2 drivers that have stopped. The rest have been drive-throughs.
So only 2 drivers biting the bullet and putting on fresh tires. Everybody else, 15 minutes left to go. These tires are going to be very, very close to crying enough. As I say that, the BMW runs very, very wide. And that is allowed Basson within sniffing distance. He had to think about it, but decided not to send that postcard. It would have been a proper send from there. Is he going to try it through the long left? He's going to get on close to the BM. Is he going to do the full send into the final right-hander? I don't think he can, because Domingo's been very strong here. He's actually definitely pulled a little bit of a gap on Basson, just enough to get through the final corner and be safe. But we got a lot of long straight left ahead of us in this lap. Main straight considerably long, and then that back straight 1.8 Ks. I think Dylan was saying that is a long run to try and protect the position.
I did want to just jump back here, because this is Jonathan Bentz, who's currently fighting against Memo. And he's got Charles Darden in 7th place, just creeping up on the back of him. And as much as I hate having your battle destroyed, unfortunately, if you do have that faster car coming through, you just got to give him right of way. Let's just see if Charles is able to just get past without disrupting this battle too much, because I'm pretty sure that both Jonathan and Memo want to continue this battle and not have...
Basson is very close to Domingo.
Let's go there. Okay, so Charles Arden jumping up on the inside. This is BMW versus Ferrari. Will there be an overtake here going into turn number 8?
He's definitely close enough to have a think.
Going defensive.
He's more than close enough to have a think.
Is this going to be a move around the outside? It looks like he has got the upper hand here, and he has been able to go around the outside. Just before going in, is he be able to keep it tidy? No, that's going to be a track warning. You can see going over those boards, but he has been able to take their place. And currently, Leclerc Basson, that's the fastest sector 2 of the race.
Yeah, with a massive slip like that down the 1.8 Ks, and then still being as brave as he was onto the brakes. But track limits, so that lap isn't gonna count. But Jonathan Bentz all over the back of Memo now through the same sector. Are we going to see a little bit of a sneaky down the inside? Oh, that Porsche is very wide. He's going to struggle to get that car stopped and turned into the left-hander. Jonathan Bentz all over the back. He's gone super wide through the left to get the run through the rest of the lap, through the sector. But that Porsche looking pretty tidy on the exit.
Yeah, it looked
and
like...
is that Struvic behind him? So Struvic,
made a mistake.
He was ahead of Diago, but he's made a mistake and now dropped behind these two. So Struvic, he gotten himself up and past Diago into 15th place, or sorry, 16th place. Now drops down to 19th as Jonathan unable to get that move done on Memo. And that Porsche just he's got...
There are cars all over the place now, and there's I think that's Emily just getting out of the way, because the Son in 5th place is trying to get closer to Andres Rodeo. At the same time, Isham Domingo coming along for the ride as they now head onto this back straight. I think there might be a change of positions here.
Yeah, Domingo definitely close enough on Basson to have a look. So Basson went around the outside. Is Domingo going to return the favour? Basson is just staying in the slipstream with the car in front. He's trying to defend that way, and that actually might be a rather successful idea. He's gone defensive now. Or has he gone to pass? No. Yeah. That is too hard now. That's going to force a defensive move from Serodio. Domingo, though, he's going to be the one to take advantage, and he sticks it down the inside. Basson getting such a fright, misses the turn-in, and unfortunately runs wide there. So Basson is going to have to do that over again, and Domingo is closer than he was previously to Serodio. So Domingo now gains a place and now looks to gain another one on Serodio as they go through the back markers. It's 2 cars abreast. They're in their own battle, and Serodio has nowhere to go. It looks like a car run wide there, though, to get them through. He's down the inside of the BMW into the final corner.
Oh!
Contact between the 3 of them. Domingo doing the gentlemanly thing, though, stopping the car and letting Serodio rejoin. But I think he misjudged how hard Serodio had to brake there into the final corner to get that move done. And unfortunately ran into the back of him.
And I think it was just because there were so many cars there, just so much happening at that time. Let's see if we can just grab that replay. Oh, unfortunately,
just missed it.
Just missed it.
Well, it just looked to me like Serradio was getting that move down on the final back marker and just had to slow it down a little bit more on the apex than what Domingo was anticipating. And Domingo was also defending against Basson as well. So he's trying to defend, he's trying to stop the car and get it turned in. And all of a sudden there's a very, very slow Lamborghini in front of him. But the gentleman thing was done. He stopped the car, let Serradio rejoin. And didn't want to take a place by pushing another car sideways.
So the little battle kind of went sideways. Sideways. Listen to me. Silent. But just having a look here, there's Mohat Musa, who has made his way back to Christopher Radloff. That gap is down to a second. There's 10 minutes left to go. Has Christopher lost some pace because his last lap 155.9. So what's going on here? Is he currently fuel saving? Because this BMW is definitely closing up onto the back of the Ferrari.
That could be something he did there. Just fuel save for a few laps until the BMW was a little bit too close for comfort. He switched the car back on, but it's allowed Musa to smell blood. And has now all of a sudden switched it on. 155.8 with his previous lap. A 155.4 on this lap though. So Mod Musa had a little bit of pace left in the tank. And he's starting to trace back onto the back of Christopher Foldover, which is now his name from now on. Thank you, Dylan.
You did it exactly right.
And Jonathan Benstow is still looking for a way past Memel. They are right on top of each other into this final sector again. You've seen how the Porsche drives off the corner. Jonathan going wide into the left again. He wants to get the run out. Is he going to get on the power early enough this time? Yes, he is. Oh, and into the back of the Porsche.
Oh.
Unfortunately, Jonathan Benz into the back of Memel, but again, at least doing the gentlemanly thing, as that's not for position.
That's Morris. That's gone past there.
So it's nice to see the way the SARCO drivers are bred. A little bit of contact and immediate apology and gives us space. Oh, once again! Jonathan, check your brake pads, mate. There's an issue. They are now cardboard. Your brakes are finished.
Well, at least now they can get back to racing. Let's jump back to this little battle now because Mohat is really on the hunt now for this second place to take it away. Oh, Christopher's gone too wide. Musa on the inside. I don't know how they didn't touch it, but that was absolutely fantastic.
I don't think Chris even thought that was happening. He was just simply slowing it down to get it turned in on those very, very tired tires.
I see what you did there.
I know, I'm good at it. And then Mohat Musa, with the fresh and not so tired tires, is able to stick it down the inside and just hold it tight to apex, a tighter line. And that BM is looking very, very quick at the moment. Light fuel load, tires are obviously in better condition. And he could be close enough to have a run into turn one in that BMW, something we haven't seen today. But unfortunately, though, that Ferrari was just able to get the power down. He's got the slip now. He's just not going to be close enough into turn one. Runs it nice and wide to get the good line in. But that Ferrari is struggling for tyres.
But that was still a 55.6 by Christopher and a 55.4 from Mohat. So these guys are still at their race pace, if you know what I mean. Even though Christopher's struggling and Mohat is putting a major pressure on him. Is it going to be the time where he's able to get the drive out of turn number 6 and going to carry that speed through turn number 7? So it just looks like that Ferrari rotates so nicely out of the corner, doesn't slide, but here we go.
Oh, he's definitely close enough. We've seen how good that BM is on the top end. We've seen how much tighter he's been holding apexes. I don't think it can get on the power still as well as the Ferrari. The Ferrari a lot lighter, can get on the power a lot better, but he's got a massive slipstream now. He's down onto the back of Christopher Foldover. He's gone to the defensive. He's gone inside. He can't move twice, but he does force that BMW wide. He's going to force him a long way around, and Musa, brave enough to stay there. Amazing. Is he going to have another send on the inside? We saw him double it back. He's gone wide.
Go around the outside. Can that be done? Christopher's going to have to leave him the space there on the outside. Musa, is it going to be the move? No, it's
he just couldn't get on the power.
BMW getting out of the way there. One of the LTR drivers. And absolutely incredible. I see that there has been contact there from Andres Rodeo. Was there contact there. Oh, Isham is right behind him. And as much as I want to see what's happening there, I do want to see what's going here, because Musa's going to have a go. They are going to be side by side.
And they're going to be side by side into turn one. They're actually more than side by side. They're touching mirrors. So they're going to head down into turn one. Both of them looking to hold on to or gain second place. A little bit of contact down the main straight. They're into turn one. Musa going to go around the outside again. He's hanging on to it. Oh, he's had to back out of it.
And that's only because his entry just would have been so compromised compared to Christopher, who would have had a wider line. So unfortunately, only 5 minutes left for Mohat to come back. Isham right behind Serodio. You can see the gap there. It was at 0.4 of a second, which was when I jumped it. It has now gone to a 0.7.
Look, we know that BMW is quite fast in a straight line, but with that much, you must have taken a lot of damage to the nose of that car with the impact that Serodio and him had. Basson, massive drive up to 4th place. He is a bit far off this battle, but if these two keep tripping over each other the way they are, I'm sure he's watching this with, anticipation, hoping that these two trip over over each other, and he can suddenly go from 4th to 2nd. But at the moment, though, they've been racing hammer and tongs side by side through areas of the track we didn't think they could. Christopher's wise to that sneak down the inside. Musa is going to send it around the outside. He was a lot late on the brakes. He got ahead, but just not enough. He's had to get hard on the brakes again, not to run into the back of Chris. And he's going to look again into the final corner. We know he is. Is Chris going to be wise to it? He's gone for a wider entry into the second last part of this lap. And Musa is all over the back of that Ferrari.
And our race leader is just about done with the first lap. So there are going to be 2 more laps. Is he going to try the cutback?
Definitely.
Sound like he did get a good drive there. But we just know that this Ferrari is really good in a straight line.
But it seems to be only for the first part of the straight, because that BMW towards the end of it does come back on him quite hard. And it's just not enough into one, like we saw them come down here side by side, but that was from the previous move into the final corner. Chris was wise to it this lap. He's blocked it. There's only 3 minutes left to go, so probably 2 laps if I'm not mistaken.
It'll be this plus 1.
This lap plus 1 more. So penultimate lap for the 75-minute race. I know we're not looking at the leader Ottens on his final 2 laps, but like I said before, he was selfish. He buggered off into the distance. He could have been part of this, but we'll leave him out there in the front. A great race from him, though, to go off for 16 seconds into the lead, as we switch back now to Etienne Moton on the back of Musa.
Yeah, and just behind there is Jonathan Ben. So this is a little 3-way horse that is now developing themselves. But as much as we want to be watching there is what is happening. We'll just see whether Etienne is able to have a late lunge into turn number 1. Is that Memo ahead of them for a position? Yes, it is. So Etienne now closing up onto the back of Memo, and this is position time.
Yeah, Etienne, one of those cars that we said did a stop, but we're back onto this battle with between Musa and Chris Heineke. It's the all-important
Christopher Radloff.
Christopher Foldover.
That's the one.
Don't know how I'm getting this wrong, eh? We know Chris is wise to that last corner lunge from Musa, so I don't know if we're going to see it again on this lap. It seems to be the only move that worked for Mohat previously. I think he might have showed his cards a bit too early. There's Chris going defensive again. It's going to allow Musa to run down the main straight. Ooh. We know that Ferrari, though, in the first part of the straight is just so good as we switch back to our current race leader and now fastest lap holder, 135.1.
And this is what I wanted to check, because at 133 left, where Ryan currently is, there might be another lap.
So we might only be on the penultimate lap now for Mohamed Musa and Foldover to get this battle going, man. We've got 2 laps left to go. Musa is definitely close to the sector. You can see how quick that BMW is mid-apex.
He's changed his entry. I don't know if you saw that. He went a lot wider to try and get a much straighter line through there. Is he going to... Oh, there's a little flick of the rear, and Mohat joins him. That rear just has a little step out.
But not as bad.
Look at that.
It dealt with it a lot better. He's going to have such a run down onto that right-hander. He could pick either side right now and get the move done. He needs to stay close to the side of that Ferrari, though.
It's just not getting the speed once he comes out of the slipstream.
He needs to go back into that slip. That Ferrari can pull itself away from that BMW when it's out of the slip. So Moat needs to be a little bit close in the slip, but he's going to be really good. He's going to the inside early. Chris is not going to be able to defend that. He's going to be late on the brakes. Can he get that pin? Chris is going back to the inside. He's all over the curb. But Moat made that line very, very narrow for Chris, and Chris couldn't get the cutback done. It's not all over yet, though. There is moves to be made through this last two sectors. It goes left. Oof. It goes right. That BM also, it looks like it's cooked the rears. It's just as hard for him to get on the power as it is for a Ferrari.
There we go.
Ferrari just not close enough into the final corner. He's not close enough. He's more than a car length behind.
One last lap, so coming now. Oh, Christopher just looks like that door got closed on him. But as we see what's happening there, this is Michael Struvik versus Jabulani going into turn number 10. Jabulani going to go to the inside. A little cut back there from Michael. Just not able to get that done. And just behind there, that is the...
Darden
in 7th place. Oh, this is still happening as well. Look at this, Andres Rodeo in 5th place, right behind Basson.
Oh, Musa and Foldover on far apart.
Oh,
he's going to sting him! There was no move there. They've made contact. That was a proper full send.
Yeah,
I don't think that move was on, but it's given him... I don't know if he should have done it. He should have waited.
I think he went for the gap.
Don't pull us in a line now. Oh, it was too late.
I just love the way they synchronized that slide out and brought it back together at the same time.
That has to go into the next intro reel. But I think that's ruined him down the back straight. I don't think he was close enough to Musa down the back straight to have a go.
Yeah, well, side by side, Christopher's going to go around the outside.
He's going to go all the way around the outside. That was absolutely phenomenal. How much steering input did he give it from the outside, though? He flicked that in. Musa, though, still close enough to have a dig in the final two sectors. I said there's moves to be made. How is Chris going to defend it? He knows where Musa wants to do it. He wants to do it in the final corner. Musa, though, showing the nose everywhere and forcing Chris to go defensive as much as he can. Chris needs to slow it down on the apex into the next left-hander, though. He has to slow that BMW down on the apex into the next left-hander to defend the final corner. But Musa, definitely not close enough to have a dig.
Just showing that Ryan Ottens had won.
has won this 75-minute race.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to watch the battle for second. He lost it on the penultimate lap and he got it back on the final. It's Christopher Radloff Foldover for second place in the second.
No way.
Musa ran out of fuel. And Sorodio had to pit. Sorodio had to pit and Musa ran out of fuel. That's Basson for third.
No ways. Where's this finish line? He must be there. He's
crossed it. Basson got him on the line for third place when Sorodio had to pit. I called it, man. I called Basson for podium.
So Andre Sorodio, he's got 6th place.
He finished in the pit lane because he ran out of fuel.
Or was that a drive-through that he had to do? Well, Charles Darden finishes in, I'm lost for words, 7th place. Sean Lerero, currently, he is in 8th, so that's actually a great comeback there for him.
Absolutely fantastic drive for Sean to come back up to 8th after the incidents he had early on in this race, but he's been racing all the way through this field for 75 minutes.
I cannot believe that Mohat ran out of fuel on the last corner.
He lost a podium position that he fought for 75 minutes to attain on the last lap over the start-finish line.
So let's just do a quick recap there. So Sean Lerero 8th place, then Jason Farmer in 9th, Chris Heineke 10th place, Marius Botma in 11th place. Great battle there for him as well. He got stuck in the middle there. Nakanen, first race there for him. He comes home in 12th place. Jason Landsberg 13. Ulrich de Jager, him and Adrian van Sale had an absolute crack of a race this evening. Etienne 15. Hold on, sorry, I need to just fix that quick, otherwise you can't see what's happening. There we go. Then Jonathan Benz, 16, 17 Memo, 18 Yusuf, 19 Michael Strubeck. That was definitely a great comeback there for Michael. 20th is Jabulani, Shamil, 21. Adrian Fonsale, 22nd there for him. Lucas Joubert in 23rd. Ruan Heineke, 24th there for him. How did he get so far down? Emily Benz, 25th, and Stephen Smith down in 26th place. Man, oh man. Talk about an absolute crazy race at the end once again.
Curry Mutty making a comment. No pit and that pace. That has to be to Ryan Ottens. To bang in that 30, I think it was a 35-1 right towards the end of the race, no fuel and on dead tires. Man, alien.
Well, let's get them in. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back shortly. We're just going to get our drivers in. And stand by. You're going to want to hear this.
To start up on the inside at Clubhouse.
This is going to get intense. Is he going to try to go around the outside? We can't get the words out. It's the blanket. You cannot make this up.
That's your TV would.
You just have to watch it.
SARCO Season 5. Brought to you by VA Auto Repairs. Attention VW and Audi car owners. Looking for top-notch car service and repair without breaking the bank? At VA Auto Repairs, we're the VW and Audi specialists you can trust. Our expert team ensures quality repairs and maintenance with a guarantee of satisfaction. From brakes to engine overhauls, we can handle it all. Your car is in good hands. RMI approved, we deliver excellence at fair prices. Your safety and satisfaction, our top priorities. Book your car service today. Visit our website or call 011 315 4001. And don't forget to quote SARCO when making your booking. VA Auto Repairs, your trusted partner in vehicle care.
I'm actually lost for words. But yes, VA Auto Repairs, your trusted partner in Audi and VW repairs. Guys, go check them out. The link is in the description below. And support those brands that support SARCO. Carl, I don't know how you're feeling, but this has definitely been another one of those dramatic ends to a SARCO race, and I just don't seem to understand how this keeps happening.
Look, firstly, the fact that Ryan got off his spaceship and made it to these interviews so quickly blows my mind. That was very well done, Ryan, as a resident alien, being able to get off your spaceship and come join us as quickly as you did. But 35-1 towards the end of a 75-minute race with dead tires. Absolutely phenomenal. Start to finish, blew everybody away. But the race that you missed, and I did mention this to Dylan, because if you want to be mentioned more, you have to come back and join. You got to slow down and join these races. Christopher Foldover Radloff had a battle with Musa until the final lap of a 75-minute race, changing positions 3 times in the last 3 laps. Absolutely astonishing. Chris, well done, man. Great race. But were you fuel saving towards the end that Musa came to catch you?
Chris, you're on mute.
Yeah, sorry, man. How's it, guys? Thanks again for the race. No, I wasn't. For some reason, I had a lot more tire wear than what I've normally had here. So my tires were just dead. So about 20 degrees of steering input to right and left did nothing for the car. So I was using the throttle to try and turn the car, and yeah, he caught me quickly, and then I had to defend for my life.
And man, oh man, that move, he went around the outside through turn number 8. You got an absolute crack of a slipstream on that last corner and went right around the outside to kind of return the favor. What a flippin' great move.
Yeah, you know the motto, flat out.
Flat out, bud. Let's go to you, Leclerc. You had a crazy battle between yourself, Isham Domingo, and Andres Herodio. And obviously finding yourself on the podium here this evening with Mohamed Musa running out of fuel, coming out of the last corner.
Yeah, well, the joke is I also ran out. I just saved all the way, and then literally on the last corner it ran out. Straight, and I rolled through.
That's absolutely crazy. And the comments that come through from Tweak say, "Let's go Alpha 1, 1, 2, 3." Ooh, so we can see who she's talking about, as well as Chantalise Alton saying, "Musa also needs to be in the chat." I 100% agree with you. Musa, where are you? Come and join us. We've got 2 minutes before there's some load shedding. I think we should definitely get you in here quickly. While we're waiting for him to come through, Ryan, a bit quiet out in the front there, but I must say that gap, it kind of took up until about the first 35 to 40 minutes or so. That's when that gap started opening up, but the two of them were really having a battle, and it was only about 2.5 to 3 seconds in the first part of the race.
Yeah, all three of us were kind of stuck together in the beginning, and eventually, yeah, I think consistency of just not being in a battle there worked for me. So that was cool, but it was by no means boring. I had Leclerc and Chris in a chat, screaming and shouting, and we were calculating whether we could do the extra lap or not, and we were kind of thinking that Musa wasn't going to be able to do it in the BM.
Sure.
So we decided to risk it and do the extra lap, which put Leclerc in danger, but it ended up somehow working in our favor. I don't know how.
Jeez, yeah. Well, it
Crazy.
definitely, and obviously for us in the commentary boxes, we're also doing the calculations, and it was like 3 minutes 02 or something. We're like, well, it's this one plus another one. But when you cross the line, it was like 1:36. I'm like, but hold on, there's actually another lap in that still needs to be done because you've already crossed the start-finish line. So it definitely added that the other lap, and obviously the fastest average lap or time for you would have pulled those who had been practicing and managed to get it within their practiced amount of laps.
Yeah, sorry, Musa.
What?
I feel like that was a sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, these 75-minute races, coconuts. I'm just gonna say coconuts. Damn it.
Man, oh man, oh man.
Bro, I was fuel saving that entire race, and I still didn't win.
We were watching you down the back straight towards the end. I think it was the last time you had an attempt on that Ferrari.
Yeah.
And you got such a slip halfway up the straight, and you pulled out of that slipstream, and it looked like you rode that car into a flat-out brick wall.
Yeah.
So you were obviously running into fuel saving towards the end of that straight that you just couldn't defend or do anything, to stop that.
Yeah, unfortunately. And the only opportunity I saw was after that fast right-hander. I saw Christopher was struggling a bit over there. Put him on the second last lap. If Ryan was just a bit generous, we would have finished on that lap.
I was generous, but to my own team.
Yeah, I know! Damn it!
Oh man, guys.
Yeah, it was a fun race, I'm not gonna lie.
I need to ask all of you guys, because I've joined this now, so I don't know what happens before. How does Dylan write the script for such great racing and you guys manage to follow it to the T? Because there's no possible way this happens, that the front second and third ran out of fuel, or third and fourth ran out of fuel and swap positions as they crossed the finish line at the end of 75 minutes. It's astonishing to watch. I must commend all the drivers. Absolutely brilliant stuff to watch.
Oh, thanks guys, that was good fun.
Yeah, thank you very much, and thanks to Mort for that race. It was lekker. Sorry for that small little bump in the last.
What do you mean small bump? Jeez, like.
Were you trying to send that move, or was it just you outbraked it, or because you decided on that very last minute?
Flat out.
So, with my tires being so damaged, when I climbed on the brakes, I saw it wasn't going to stop, so I just moved towards the apex and hoped that we wouldn't make contact. But is what it is, unfortunately. I was happy that it didn't turn him around, or else I would have had to wait a while.
No,
Your synchronized drift on the exit has made for the greatest new intro video into SARCO.
we're using that for the next season. The fact that both of you stepped out at the same amount and came back together, beautiful. I'm going to use that. Thanks, guys. Guys, we'll leave it there. And apologies to everybody on the stream. We did have a fatal error on the game, which is why everything just stopped. But we did manage to get it up and running and catch the last 25 minutes or so of the race. So apologies, but at least you get to watch SARCO round number 3A and round number 3B. To the sponsors, VA Auto Repairs, guys, go check out their details. They are in the description. Thank you very much for the support. To NAG Magazine for the servers that we run, as well as for MSI that make the stream possible, and as well to all the viewers and the drivers. Thank you very much, guys. We're looking forward to seeing you go back to the sprint races next week, and all I can say is until then, keep watching, keep racing,